held at the Cinda headquarters is part of the ongoing Our Singapore Conversation Engagement. The Healthy Living Master Plan aims to ensure that all Singaporeans have access to an affordable, healthy lifestyle. Some 1,800 fans caught their favorite MediaCorp Vasantham stars up close at the Esplanade last night. The first ever Vasantham live concert featured hit songs from popular Vasantham local dramas. More than 30 celebrities also made appearances, much to the delight of the fans. They were kept thrilled with non-stop performances during the 2-hour showcase.
This is the first time our local artists have had a platform to demonstrate and perform how good they are. Two things have happened here. One is that the overwhelming response from the public. Secondly, I think it's an opportunity for us to connect with our audiences. That's very important.
Singapore's most prestigious international horse racing event, the Singapore Airlines International Cup, witnessed a Hong Kong double tonight. With a purse of $3 million, this year's race featured the strongest field since its inception. In 2000, Hong Kong's military attack in bib number 2 right there on your screens conserved its energy for the most part of the 2,000-meter sprint. And in the final 400-meter, it lived up to its name by launching an attack on the final straight, finishing well ahead by 3 horse lengths.
Military attack bolts in. Dan Excel runs second. Mawingo got through for third.
In the other race, the Chris Flyer sprint, Singapore's Emerald Hill in bib number 10 was in good position with 400 meters to go, but jockey Jose Valenzuela fell off and lost ground. So in the final 200 meters, Lucky 9 from Hong Kong emerged from the pack and sprinted to finish, also winning by 3 horse lengths.
By 4 lengths. Second, Bell Sprinter close for Thurber, got Super Easy and also Belmont Master.
And over at the Marina Bay, Singapore's biggest water sports festival, the DBS Marina Regatta, drew to a close this evening. Some 140 teams from the region took part in the 2-day international dragon boat competition. This was a 50% increase in participation from last year. The regatta also featured fun-filled activities for the public. Deputy Prime Minister Tharman Shanmugaratnam and Acting Minister for Culture, Community and Youth Lawrence Wong graced the closing ceremony. Also drawing to a close tonight, the Audi Fashion Festival. The night's highlight was Hussein Chalian, twice named British Designer of the Year. He showcases much-awaited Autumn-Winter 2013 women's wear collection, bringing the annual festival to a glamorous end. The 5-day event at the Marina Promenade saw some 20,000 people attending the various shows. And that is our report on Singapore tonight. But coming up next is That's IT Uploaded. And tonight we will tell you why you should get your smartphone protected. Hackers are coming after you. Join me after the break.
Myanmar is opening the floodgates.
It was on the 20th of August 2012. 48 years and 20 days of censorship is gone.
Old media, new media, social media, and the minister behind the reforms.
Free and independent media can guide the way to democracy.
Join Channel News Asia's Anasuya Sanyal as she visits the brave new world of media in the new Myanmar. Exclusively on Channel News Asia.
Monday on AM Live.
Sushi and sashimi fans love bluefin tuna, but their fondness for the fish is wiping it out. Can we have our cake and eat it? We'll speak to a marine biologist who's big on seafood.
And this musical instrument, the gambus, came to Southeast Asia from Persia and the Middle East. Learn more about its rich history.
And on Chatterbox, we'll get talking about the tons of apps out there. Which ones do you like best?
Let us know on Facebook and we'll get talking Monday on AM Live.
The Philippines, a nation whose time has come.
The Philippines is ready for the world.
Despite a troubled past,
the Filipino has found a new self-confidence.
Find out how this energetic country is surging ahead in economic competitiveness, ecotourism, education, and healthcare.
The focus is on inclusive growth.
The Philippines, back to a bright future. Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on Channel News Asia.
Business Central sits at the heart of Asia. The point is to bring to the world of media the sources of information and the voices that determine policy and action in this part of the world. There is no source of authoritative news that is rooted in Asia and concerns the views of Asia. And this is the kind of business that we will cover.
That's IT Uploaded.
Well, thanks very much for staying in for That's IT Uploaded. Imagine landing at a foreign place and not knowing where to go or what to do or who to call. Data roaming is expensive and you're not sure where to find a local SIM card for your phone. Well, from now on, you won't have to worry. A new service for tourists to Hong Kong, Macau, and Singapore will give you a smartphone with all the services and all the data you need at a very affordable price. From just $7 a day, travelers to Hong Kong, Macau, and Singapore can have this innovative service that pairs with a smartphone with a 3G data plan. Keeping connected, budget-conscious travelers connected throughout their trip is the main priority of this service.
What they get is unlimited local calls, unlimited international calls, unlimited 3G internet, and just a personalized city guide for the city with recommendations for restaurants, shops, and attractions.
So this is how it works. You sign up for a Handy, pay for the plan that you want, depending on your connection needs, and off you go. Handy will provide you with a Samsung Galaxy Note 2 handset with applicable apps. You can, of course, sign in with your own Google account and download all the apps and contacts you need to personalize the phone. And don't worry, data you pay for is unlimited. The Handy can also be your perfect travel buddy. It tells you where to go, how to get there, what to see there, and what to eat when you're already there. But it won't argue with you like a human travel buddy would.
Once they turn on the device, it's just right there, you know, with 6 buttons for them to choose from: restaurants, shops, attractions, nightlife, experiences, and itineraries.
And here's another tip. Once you pay for this service, you can use the Galaxy Note 2's hotspot as a Wi-Fi signal for your laptop surfing in the hotel, eliminating the need to pay for overpriced hotel Wi-Fi fees. And this service will also eliminate the need to even search for free Wi-Fi. But if you think you can take the SIM card out and use it on your own device, think again. All Handy devices will be locked to one particular SIM. Once you return your phone, all your personal data will be wiped off right before your eyes. What type of smartphone do you use? Well, it doesn't really matter. Do you think it's secure? Probably not. What matters now is that you know the more you use your smartphone for daily transactions, the more you open yourself up to a cyber attack. And as a cybersecurity ambassador, it is my duty to tell you that hackers are starting to shift their focus from the PCs to your smartphones. So I caught up with Rick Ferguson, Global VP of Security Research at Trend Micro, and he's got some scary tales to tell.
So in terms of malicious apps themselves, you're far more likely to encounter malware on the Android platform than on any other. But of course, you've got to remember that a mobile device is simply a little computer. So any other threat, like a web-based threat, for example, something like phishing, it really is platform agnostic. It doesn't really care what device you're using. If it's trying to get you to surrender your Facebook password or your PayPal password, it doesn't matter if it's BlackBerry, iPhone, Android, whatever it may be. But certainly there's a criminal focus on Android as a platform. Now, when it's about stealing details, stealing information, it's in the malware or the attacker's best interest to stay as invisible as possible. If it's your mobile device and it's been compromised with an app which is sending premium rate messages, then obviously you're going to see that in your bill at the end of the month. But you're still going to wait a month or so before you notice that if you're checking your bills. Otherwise, another indicator may be, for example, your battery starts to run down far more quickly than usual. If you've got something which is maliciously consuming a lot of your bandwidth in the background, you'll see your battery running down as a consequence of that. The more you use a mobile device, the more worried you should be. We're seeing a sustained and increasing criminal focus on the mobile platform. So much so that, for example, at the end of 2011, we looked at the growth in mobile malware of 2011 and said, by the end of 2012, we expect to see 129,000 unique malicious apps for the Android platform. And we got it wrong. We got it horribly wrong, and it was an underestimate. By the end of last year, we had actually seen 350,000 malicious apps just for Android. And our prediction for the end of this year is that we expect to see more than 1 million malicious apps for the Android platform. To give that some kind of contrast, it took Windows 14 years to reach the level of malware that we're already seeing for Android that it's reached in just a couple of years. On the Android platform, I think we're definitely already in a place where you need to do that. There's a lot of resistance from people because they'll think, Ferguson, you work for a security company, you're trying to sell me a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. The figures certainly support this massive and exponential and increasing growth in malware. And to be honest, to install security software on your mobile device, you can do that for nothing. Even from the major security players, we're all offering you an entry-level free anti-malware for your platform free of charge. If you want the extra bells and whistles like parental control or filtering of SMSs or phone calls, you can pay and add those features on. But if you just want the anti-malware and the security, that's cost neutral. My real concern when it comes to mobile malware is that the game is about to change quite drastically, and that I think what we'll see this year will be the first what we call cross-platform exploit kit. Now that sounds very deeply technical, but it's very simple to explain. One of the tools that criminals use when attacking PCs is something called an exploit kit. And an exploit kit allows you basically to set up a web server, and if you can direct people to that web server, it will automatically exploit a vulnerability on their system and allow them to automatically infect. Just by you landing on that website, you'll end up infected. At the moment, the way malware is delivered for mobile devices is through an app store environment. You've got to go, search for it, choose it, download it, and infect yourself, basically. But if we see an exploit kit which is capable of delivering a URL to a mobile device, and just the act of you clicking on that URL is enough for you to infect your phone, that's a massive game changer in the mobile malware landscape. So if you can protect yourself in advance of that happening, so much the better.
So go and search for an antivirus app on your phone now and protect yourself. Don't say we didn't warn you. I'm Timothy Go. That's it.
When Singapore was hit by SARS in 2003, the nation's fate depended on their decisions.
Any decision that we take will have a public impact. It affects people's lives.
10 years on, we recount the daily battle by the men and women who helmed the fort.
MOH was completely stretched.
In SARS, the virus that changed Singapore. Thursday at 8:30 p.m.
Thanks for joining us. What drives you?
To beat my personal best.
To represent Singapore in F1.
Steady lah!
What are your thoughts on that?
People here are beginning to show and articulate their own personal responses to significant events.
How have those measures been effective? And we have in studio
Singapore Connect at 6. Weekdays at 6 p.m. on Channel News Asia. Singapore Connect at 6, streaming live at toggle.sg.
Myanmar is opening the floodgates.
It was on the 20th of August 2012, 48 years and 20 days of censorship is gone.
Old media, new media, social media, and the minister behind the reforms.
Free and independent media can guide the way to democracy.
Join Channel News Asia's Anasuya Sanyal as she visits the brave new world of media in the new Myanmar, exclusively on Channel News Asia.
Experience the finest Swiss hospitality. Only at Swissôtel Hotels and Resorts. timely news updates, tune into Channel News Asia. Available in Swissôtel hotels and resorts across Asia.
They could have pursued the traditional businesses their fathers started, but they decided on careers that went against expectations. Arini Subianto co-owns a chain of boutique bookshops. And Raja Sapta Oktohari turned his hobbies into lucrative businesses. They are the young and fearless who